Hi there, it's Jane from the blog chalkandupsuccess.com, and today I'm crafting glass jar lanterns with pressed flowers. So I've had some flowers pressing for a few days underneath a stack of magazines. I chose some flowers with very fine petals because they don't take as much time to dry out. I have more leaves and flowers pressing under another stack of magazines, and I'm going to show you how I'll use those later too. So you can see the petals are nicely dried and we're ready to start our project. So I've cut a heart shape out of paper and I'm sticking that onto the front of the jar temporarily, and I'm just using a little bit of sticky tape folded over for that. So now I'm adding some craft glue to the area around the heart, and I'm just going to spread that out with my paintbrush. The heart is there as a template because that's where I don't want to paste any flowers. And I'm using a craft glue that dries transparently, so something like Mod Podge would be a really good option for this project. I found it best to use the tweezers to add the flowers onto the jar, because you'll find that if you get glue on your hands or your fingers, then you'll end up taking the flowers off again or removing some of the petals, and you don't really want that. So use the tweezers instead, and it's really easy, and you can also use it to press down the individual petals on the flowers onto the jar. And then I'm just going to work my way around the heart, adding more glue and then petals, and then once I finish that I can remove the heart template. Oh, and by the way, if you're interested, I have another post on the blog where I show how to make pressed flower lanterns, but this time I've made them with paper mache, and they're absolutely gorgeous and they're really popular on the blog, so don't forget to pop over and have a look if you're interested in that. So now I can remove the heart and you'll see the heart template underneath. But it's not finished yet, I've got more to do. I'm going to put some more flowers towards the top and the bottom, and I'm going to speed that bit up for you. Okay, once you've added all the flowers to the glass jar lantern, it's time to seal the glass. Because if you want to use these outside, then you don't want them to get wet and have all the flowers peeling off. So what I do is just add another layer of Mod Podge or craft glue, whatever you have, over the flowers, and then that should seal it. Oh, I forgot to say that you should leave the jar dry for a couple of hours before you add the second coat of Mod Podge. I think this would be a really great craft for maybe rustic wedding table decoration. Make it in school with the kids if you're a teacher, or it's also a great summer camp activity. Whatever you do with yours, I hope you have as much fun making them as I did making these. So as you can see, I've already glued a piece of ribbon around the top of the glass, and I just used some silver florist wire to wrap a couple of times over the top of the ribbon. And now I'm going to make the handle and a little heart hanger for the front of the glass. So I'm using 2 lengths of florist wire, and I'm just twisting them together to make them a little bit stronger. And then this is going to be the handle. And to find the measurements for that, I just worked out how long I wanted my handle to be, and then added around 2 inches on each side to allow for attaching it to the glass. So I'm just tucking the twisted pieces of wire underneath the wire that I've already added to the top of the glass, and then I'm just twisting it off, secure it. And then I'll bring the handle over to the other side of the glass and do exactly the same on the other side. So the last thing to do is just to add the heart hanger, and for that I just used my heart template that I'd made from paper and just twisted the wire around that to get the general heart shape, and then I just adjusted it with my fingers. And I'm using another piece of florist wire to make an attachment so that I can attach the heart to the glass, and it will dangle down over the front of the heart shape that's already on the glass. If you find it too difficult to twist the wire with your fingers, because it is a little bit hard sometimes, you can use pliers for that. And I used the pliers to really clamp down the ends of the wires so that they didn't stick out as much. So this one is finished, and now I'm going to show you a couple of alternatives that I made as well. Here's one I made with strawberry leaves. That looks really pretty. And then this one was made with dried nigella flowers. That also turned out really pretty. And here's a couple of extra shots of them outside, and I've used these on tablescapes indoors and outdoors, and they look so lovely when you've got a tea light candle inside. If you like this project, please give it a like. Happy crafting, and I'll see you next time.